Okay, so if I'm factoring a number, I have to list the factors for each number below. Remember, factors, we know a couple of things about factors. Factors are kind of like ingredients. We also know that factors come in pairs or sets. We never have just one factor. The factor should always be paired with another factor. And I can figure out my factors. I can find my factors by multiplying. Okay, so they are found through unmultiplying a whole number. So it doesn't work with fractions so much, doesn't work with decimals, but if I'm unmultiplying a whole number, I will find the factors. I'll find those numbers that are like ingredients. They're always going to come in pairs, and I just think, okay, well, what two numbers can I multiply to make this whole number? So let's start with 86. And remember, there's a series of questions and answers that you just have to commit to memory. Okay? If I'm going to factor, I'll use a factoring table, which means I'll write 86 neatly, underline it, and go ahead and set up a little T-chart here. And I'm going to organize my factors, my ingredients. Each row is going to tell me two numbers that can be multiplied together to make 86. Okay, so where do I start? My first question is always, where do I start? 1 and whatever number I'm factoring, 86. 1 and 86. Okay, now my next question is 86 even? Well, if the units place is a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8, then yes, this is an even number, so I know automatically that 2 is on my list. I might have to do a little bit of thinking to figure out what 2 pairs with, what I can multiply by 2 to make 86. And that's where I chunk it. I say, okay, well, I see 80 plus 6. 2 times 4 would give me 8, so 2 times 40 would give me 80. I'm going to write a 4 in the tens place. 2 times 40, and then 2 times 3 gives me 6, and so 3 in the units place. 2 times 43 will give me 86. Now I need to think, will 3 be on the list? Okay, well, what's the digit sum? 8. The digits of 86 are 8 and 6. 8 plus 6 is 14. 14 is not a multiple of 3, and so no, 3 is not on the list. Is 4 on the list? 4 is on the list if 2 is paired with an even number. 43, 2 is paired with 43. 43 is not an even number, so 4 is not on the list. Is 5 on the list? No, 5 is not on the list because 5 is on the list only if this digit in the units place is 0 or 5. Okay? Is 6 on the list? No, because 2 and 3 are not on the list. Is 7 on the list? I'm going to think of those nearby multiples of 7. 70, 77, 84. No, 84 is too close to 86. Is 8 on the list? No, because 4 is not even on the list. Is 9 on the list? Well, again, I could check my digit sum. 86, 8 plus 6 is 14. So no, that's not a multiple. That's not 9. 10 is not on the list. 11 is not on the list. And so I'm good. This is how I know I'm done. I could keep going and going and going, but eventually I get to 42. Since there's no more even numbers on the list whatsoever, there's none of the smaller odd numbers on there, and so I'm good until I get to 43. Let's do another. 59. Let's unmultiply 59. Let's list all of the ingredients for 59. Okay? So I'm going to create my little factoring table. I'm going to start it small and grow it as I go. Where do I start? 1 and 59. So I'm going to pair off 1 and the number 59 itself. Next question. Is 59 even? 59 is an odd number, so 2 is not on the list. Since 2 is not on the list, I don't have to check any other even number. 2 is not on the list. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, they're guaranteed they will not be on the list. Is 3 on the list? Well, what's the digit sum? 5 and 9 are my digits. My digits are 5 and 9. 5 plus 9 is 14. So 14 is not a multiple of 3. So 59 is not a multiple of 3. So 3 is not on the list. I don't need to check any even numbers. 5 is not on the list because this ends in a 9, not a 0 or a 5. 7 is not on the list because my nearby multiples of 7 would be 54 and 63. 49. 56, I'm sorry. It would be 56, but still it's not right. 56 and 63. 9's not on the list. 11's not on the list. 13, Nope. And so if I keep going down my list, 13, 15, well, 15 won't be on the list. No multiple of 5 will be on the list. There are no other factor pairs for 59. So 59 is prime. Okay. Whenever there's only one factor pair, I know that this number is prime. 63, well, I actually have 63 on the list twice, so I'm only going to do it once. 63, I'm going to write 63, underline it. I'm going to start my list small and work my way down. Where will I start? 1 and 63. Is 63 even? No. No, it is not. So 2 is not on the list. What's the digit sum? The digits are 6 and 3. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 is a multiple of 3, and so 3 is on the list. I have to do a little bit of thinking. I see 60 plus 3 as good chunks for this. 3 times 2 would give me 6, so 3 times 20. 3 times 1 would give me 3, and so 21. 3 and 21 are my factor pairs. I could multiply 3 and 21 to get 63. 4 is not on the list. I don't need to check any even numbers whatsoever because 2 is not on the list. Is 5 on the list? No, because 63 does not end in a 0 or a 5. Is 7 on the list? I need to think of nearby multiples of 7. Let me see, 56, 63, yes. And if you're not sure, do a quick multiples map for 7. Don't get it wrong. Do not be the wrong type of lazy, guys. For real. If you're not sure, do not hope and pray. Don't guess. Don't wonder. Just check. 49, 6, 56, 63, 70, 77, 84, 91. If you do a quick multiples map, if you're not sure, do not guess. Don't just say, oh, no, it's not because Miss Ali said so. Is 7 going to be on the list? Yes, because there's a 63 right there in the multiples map. So 7 and 7, the multiple is, digit sum is 9, so that's 7 times 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8 is not going to be on the list. Don't have to check any multiples, any even multiples. 9 would be on the list because the digit sum is 9. 6 and 3. 6 plus 3 is 9. And so that pair would be 9 and 7. I already have that. So when my factors repeat, I'm done. I don't need to do this 63. I've already done 63 here. 65. I'm going to write 65. Alright, let's see. Start my list small, my factor chart small, and grow it as I go. My questions. Where will I start? 1 and 65. Is 65 even? No. So 2 is not on the list. I don't need to check any even number whatsoever. Is 3 on the list? Let's see. Check the digit sum. 6 plus 5 is 11. 11 is not a multiple of 3, and so 3 is not on the list. 5. Is 5 on the list? Yes, because it ends in a 5. It's going to be 5, and when I chunk this, I'm going to do 50 plus 15. 5 times 10 gives me 50, and then 5 times 3 gives me 15, so that's 13. Remember, you have to be careful when you're chunking. You want to use the 10th multiple or less. I could have done 60 plus 5. That would have worked. But most of you open yourself up to making the mistake of writing 121. Because you'll write, well, 5 times 12 gives you 60. And many of you will make the mistake of writing 12 there. You need to use the 10th multiple or less. You need to break them up at every 10th multiple. 5 and 13. 7 is not on the list. I have a multiples map for 7 right here, so I know that for a fact. 7 is not on the list. 9 will not be on the list because the digit sum of 6 and 5 is 11, not 9. 11 is not on the list because 66 would be the multiple of 11. 13 would be on the list, and so that would be, pairing would be 13 and 5. And so I'm done. 82. For the sake of space, I'm going to put 82 up here. 82. Where will I start? I'm going to start my list small and grow it as I go. 1 and 82. Is 82 even? Yes. 2. And I'm going to chunk it so that you can see where I'm getting this from. I'm going to use 80 plus 2. 2 times 4 gives me 8. So 2 times 40 will give me 80. 2 times 1 gives me 2. And so 41. Will 3 be on the list? What's my digit sum? My digits are 8 and 2. 8 plus 2 is 10. So no. 3 will not be on the list. 10 is not a multiple of 3. And so 3 is not going to be on this list. Will 4 be on the list? Only if 2 is paired with an even number. 2 is paired with 41. 41 is odd, so no. I don't need to check any other even numbers. So I'm going to skip 6, 8. I'm going to skip all of those. Let's see. 5 is not on the list. Is 6 on the list? No, because 2 and 3 are not on the list. It would have to be a 3 here. Oh wait, I don't need to check even. I don't even need to check even numbers. So 7. Let's see, that would be 77, 84. No. 9. No, because the digit sum is 11. 13. No. 15. No, it's not a multiple of 5. I don't need to check any multiple of 5. So 15, 25, 35, 45. I'm good. 17, no. 19, no. Okay, so I'm good. I'm pretty comfortable saying that these are all the multiples of 82. Okay, and so each time I'm just going to go through that list of questions and generate my factoring chart. All right. Remember, if there's exactly one factor pair, if there's exactly one row in your factoring chart with just one in that number, then that number is prime. When the number is not prime, then that number is composite. Composite. Okay. It can be composed many different ways. So 65 is composite, 82 is composite, 63 is a composite number. There's so many ways to classify numbers after about 2nd or 3rd grade, and we have to start learning that we can classify numbers based on how many different factor pairs or how many different multiplication ingredients it has. If it has exactly 2 multiplication ingredients, if it has exactly 2 factors, that is a prime number. Okay? If it has more than 2, then it is a composite number. It is composed of more than just 2 ingredients.